Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, Sedalpa MPs plead not guilty to charges. Rapist gets 20 years jail term. And renewable energy meeting fruitful, says Minister.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
6 Sedalpa MPs who allegedly breached the Parliamentary Remuneration Act 2014 pleaded not guilty to their charges in the Suva Magistrates Court this morning. Andilitia Ngionimbaravi, Simeone Rasoba and Salote Randondro are charged with giving false information to a public servant and obtaining financial advantage, along with Pedeli Wasanimbola, Nico Nawaikula and Ratu Suliano Matanitumbua. FICAC alleges these MPs lied about their residential addresses to obtain travel and accommodation allowances. Former government MP Vijendra Prakash faces the same charges and has resigned from Parliament. He will enter his plea as he was not ready to do so today. The 6 parliamentarians, including Prakash, allegedly claimed a combined total of $186,749.20 in parliamentary allowances that FICAC charges they were not entitled to. Their case will be called again on the 9th of next month. A man was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in the Suva High Court this morning. Iliesa Dhonilawa was found guilty of aggravated robbery, assault and rape. Dhonilawa was convicted of entering a Nosori home where a woman and her 3-year-old child were staying in February 2019. He stole accessories and raped the woman. After committing the crime on the woman, Dhonilawa threatened to cut the child's throat. He was caught by police later on the same day. The High Court judge said the mother and the child were attacked in their home where they should feel safe. A non-parole period of 16 years was set and all stolen items will be returned to the victim. Dhonilawa has many other convictions dating back to the year 2007. The transition from fossil-based energy to renewable energy was one of the major topics of discussion of the International Renewable Agency virtual meeting. Infrastructure Minister Tony Usumate says it is crucial for Fiji as it continues working to meet the energy targets in place. Usumate says the meeting also allowed them to discuss the challenges they face and the programs in place to help meet targets.
A lot of discussion on national energy planning and implementing for fostering energy transition, on transiting away from fossil-based fuel to renewable energy. This is not something that can take immediately, it takes time. So some countries might move out of coal into natural gas and then to total renewable energy. So the same thing for us for Fiji. We want to move out of diesel fuel and more into hydro and biofuel and so forth.
The Ministry of Environment today appointed 7 environment prosecutors. While speaking to the newly appointed prosecutors this morning, Minister for Environment Dr. Mahendra Reddy says this paves the way for the ministry to improvise the enforcement of the environment laws. Dr. Reddy adds that the trainings completed by the prosecutors will enable them to track down crimes and ensure better environment sustainability.
This training has led our environment officers better understand the requirements of prosecution and equipping them to undertake prosecution methods in a more timely manner. But more so, be able to correct the right type of information, the right data, and also present it in a manner which will convince the court about the case that is being put forward to it.
Service delivery remains an issue for Acting Police Commissioner Rusiate Tundravu. Speaking at a Thanksgiving service for 2020, Tundravu pointed out that the image of the force as a professional organization can be further improved. Todravu also commended the force for a decline in reports of serious crime as well as an overall reduction in the crime rate in the last 12 months. The acting commissioner says police officers need to have a teachable attitude so they can adopt new practices and behavior.
Internally, externally. A very basic thing. That is something that I would like to see improve drastically in this organization. The way that we address people. I've already directed. You address anybody coming interested with you, sirs and madam, irrespective of the status.
Up ahead, Banuve hopeful Coke Games will continue. And Suva football focus on 2021 season.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitar lo bina no rabang sangai ka wala lo mataki na ngone. Dalo bina oya wo meliki.
Bulre oya wo Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau ena be mataka.
Oni ti kena magrombuka.
Ni boy tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
As the Ministry of Education has yet to make a decision on the 2021 Coca-Cola Games, national athletes are hoping the Games will continue. Pacific Sprint King Banuve Tambakodoro says after the lockdown period last year, many students attended the Athletics Fiji competitions. He says this is a good sign for the sport. Tambakodoro says they understand the Ministry of Education will have the final say.
We know not many students excel in the classroom. This could be a way out for them, not only in athletics but in rugby as well. So we'd like to see things return to normal. And I personally feel like the game should carry on. But it's always safety first for me. And at the end of the day, the decision lies with the government. Yeah.
The new football season comes with its set of challenges for the Vodafone Fiji Fact and Vodafone Premier League champions. Suva defending their titles will not be easy. With new players coming in and out of the Suva team, Captain Felipe Mbaravilala has a mammoth task leading them this year. Suva will kickstart its 2021 campaign with champions versus champions against Lambasa on Friday at Nosori's Ratu Dhakumbau Park. Baravilala says despite losing some players in the pre-season transfer window, he has full confidence that the current squad will deliver the much-needed results.
It's easy to win a title, but it's difficult to defend it. As you can see during this opening of this window transfer, every team is preparing well. They are recruiting most players from the other district, and most of probably they will be eager to beat us.
Fiji Football Association Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf believes with the right support and facilities, Fiji can host an international beach football competition. After ending its first beach soccer tournament on a high last weekend, Yusuf says this has set a platform for similar tournaments in the future. Taking into account the performance of other Pacific Island countries like Tahiti, currently ranked 13th in the world for beach football, Yusuf says once Fiji is able to master the sport, they'll be able to go a long way.
We had lost track of this form of the game. But now that Oceania is pushing all the member associations to get the beach soccer going, and with the facilities we have of hosting a high-level competition, and of course this gives our players another option to enjoy themselves, enjoy football on the sand.
A heavy rain warning is in force for Renewable, Tabiuni and the Lau and Lomaiviti groups. A heavy rain alert remains in force for the rest of Fiji. We can expect occasional showers, heavy at times, over the next few days. That's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. for news you can trust. Get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही है।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।